An elderly man and 2 JSO officers are in the hospital tonight after a chaotic crime spree stretched 8 miles from Mayport to East Arlington.
Cops from all over the places.
It started with a holdup at a gaming room, moved into a neighborhood.
The suspect was in my backyard.
One of the victim's friends tells us what he saw.
He went in the house, told Mr. Lewis to get the keys to the vehicle, put Mr. Lewis in the vehicle, took off.
Fox 30 Action News Jax at 10 starts right now.
Live. This is Fox 30 Action News Jax at 10. Local coverage you can count on.
JSO officers are filling the waiting rooms at Memorial Hospital, where an injured officer is recovering tonight. JSO says that officer was hit trying to stop the stolen car with stop sticks. The elderly man who was carjacked is also in the hospital tonight. Neighbors recorded this video of the stolen car with the victim inside driving away.
It's just so wild. I don't know. I just hope he's okay. And this just turns out to be a story about how brave and tough he is. You know, that's what's going through my mind. But ICU kind of worries me, and his age.
That chase came to an end on Atlantic Boulevard at St. John's Bluff when the stolen car crashed into a light pole. This is a live look. Power crews are still working on repairs to the pole, but power has been restored to nearly 2,000 customers who lost it in that neighborhood. The suspect is also in the hospital tonight. I'm Bridget Matter.
I'm John Bachman. The crime spree stretched 8 miles. It started at the Lucky Charms game room in Mayport, moved into a neighborhood in Atlantic Beach, and then the chase started. An officer was hit by the stolen car on Mayport Road, then another crash on Atlantic at Kernan, and the chase ended with that third crash at Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
We have live team coverage tonight with Action News Jax Kevin Clark at the older victims neighborhood in Mayport. We'll
start with Action News Jax Danielle Vitable live in East Arlington, where the chase ended. Danielle, JEA crews are working to replace that power pole right now.
They are, as you can see behind me, and the vehicle was towed away about 3 hours ago, and that's when JEA came in to replace that concrete pole. You can see they're actually bringing in the new pole right now. The eastbound lanes of Atlantic Boulevard have reopened about 2 hours ago. All of them are open, but the westbound lanes, there's only one lane that is still closed. This is what the scene looked like after a crime spree ended with the suspect crashing into a power pole, snapping it in half. Neighbor Mary Mercurio heard the impact.
Just a tremendous boom.
Police say everything started around 2 o'clock in the afternoon at Lucky Charms Arcade when the suspect robbed the business at gunpoint. He took off into a nearby neighborhood on Stern Drive. A man who didn't want to be identified says he watched all of this happen.
Looks like they ran into a neighborhood. Neighborhood was surrounded pretty well.
Watch this video as officers with guns drawn try to stop the suspect after they say he stole an SUV and kidnapped the owner, whose friends tell us is an 84-year-old man.
Crime is outrageous here.
After the suspect was leaving, another officer was putting down stop sticks, and the suspect struck the officer. A witness says he ran over to help.
He definitely had some lacerations on his head. I'm not sure if his arm was broken or not, but he was just saying he was just sore all over. He landed on his neck and back.
Police then say the suspect made his way to Kernan Boulevard. This is video sent by a viewer of the car speeding through an intersection. JSO says he reached 100 miles an hour, ran red lights, and hit a JSO patrol car, giving that officer minor injuries, according to our sources. Finally, police stopped him by forcing him off Atlantic Boulevard and crashing into this power pole near St. John's Bluff. This is a look from above from Sky Action News Jax of the scene. The crash caused power lines to snap and catch the grass on fire. And we were on scene as the suspect was pulled from the vehicle and put onto a stretcher and handcuffed before he was taken to the hospital. Both officers and the suspect are now in the hospital. Police have not identified the officers involved or the suspect, but they said they believe they know who the suspect is, and if they are correct, he was just released from prison. As soon as we get more information, we'll be sure to bring that to you. Reporting live in East Arlington, Danielle Vitable, CBS 47 Fox 30 Action News Jax.